I'm William. We're at my dealership, TSI Trailers. This is my 1969 Camaro. I've had the car 3 years. It's the longest I've ever owned a single car. This car is really cool to me because I had one when I was a kid, 17 years old. I was a spoiled kid. It was one of those cars that I always thought back, like, hey, at some point in time I need to go back and revisit that platform because I really enjoyed it. It's cool that I've had this opportunity in my life to be able to buy another one and make it mine. The car was very nice when I got it. It had a 468 big block with a 5-speed in it. And while that was great, it was fun to drive, it still just didn't tick all the boxes for me. I wanted something that would be different enough that I could personalize. Tore apart a perfectly good car, started the process of getting this thing built. I got real fortunate and found a wrecked 2011 Cadillac CTS-V. Motor choice for the car was kind of one of those deals. What do I want to do? LS swaps have become very popular in these, especially if you want something you can drive all the time. But I wanted something that was just a little more. I have a problem with always wanting a little bit more. Just dropping in an LSA became the most appealing thing for me. Was able to find this car, bought it, stripped it down to nothing as well, sold off parts, but the motor was good in it. So ended up calling up Matt at Dedicated, and he told me about all the parts I should add to it. And so we did, and now I've got that in the car. Tim at Gap Racing's the one that built the car to what it is today. Tim and I really hit it off, and he believed in kind of what I wanted to do. He and I said, okay, we're gonna do this. I'll get the car down to you. I've got the motor and transmission. He kind of directed the build from there to an extent. Speedtech provided all the suspension for the car. Man, this thing handles its ass off. Baer brakes, Forgeline wheels, Detroit Speed mini tubs, Rick's tanks, ultimate headers, Moser 12-bolt in the rear end. Dedicated did all the engine modifications. Tim and Brent at Gap Racing did all the install. It's got vintage air on it. Gotta have that in Texas because it's hot. Car's been great. I've got a little over 1,000 miles on it since I got it back in August. I had a quick turnaround on the build. It was tough because I'm not a very patient person. I don't know that I could go through the process again. I'm glad I did because it's something I've always wanted to do. I felt like I was bugging Tim all the time, like, hey, what's going on? Hey, how close are we? What are we doing? They were great to work with. He put up with my nonsense questions, and you know, it's been cool because I've gotten to help him out with trailers. So it's been a mutually beneficial relationship there. It sounds amazing. It's loud as hell. You know, it spins the tires. I've put people in the car and they just smile. So yeah, my mom had come down to visit for a weekend, and I asked my mom at dinner, hey, do you want to ride in the car? Because, you know, she appreciates the fact that I love cars. I thought the extent of it was going to be her driving around the parking lot, like next to where we just got gas, and she's like, well, this is amazing. She was commenting on how well it handled, and she goes, can I drive it home? And I'm like, yeah, let's go. And, you know, she's rowing gears going up the highway, and I'm laughing my butt off. I mean, it was great, you know, watching my mom enjoy what I came up with. You know, she's always encouraged me in life to do things that made me happy, and, you know, this car's part of that. So it was cool to experience that with her. I'm blessed that I've got a lot of really good friends, and they come from my days in college and then cars. I don't know that I would have experienced half of what I experienced in my life, you know, since moving to Dallas and meeting all the people that I know in this community down here. We've got good friends that we would have known if we didn't have a passion for cars. It's all about experiences, right? And I've had so many great experiences with friends and friends that are into cars, and it's awesome to be a part of that, you know. And we do have a big community down here of good people in the car scene. Got that out of the way. The easy part's over. This is not gonna be easy. Fuck, I don't know what to say in this.